My son is always asking me to 3D print stuff for his small model railroad, which we've seen in some other videos. He quite likes the military train concept, and I'm gonna see if I can 3D print some stuff for his flat wagons here. What he's always asking for are tanks to fit on this guy, and I'll print something random to go on this one. I've been to model shows, and in N scale it's actually very hard to find things like model tanks, model vehicles in N scale with the detail. We did find one that was made of the metal stuff they use, and actually it was completely the wrong scale. It looked like, although it said N on the packet, it looked more like Z. It was way too small. So we shall see if we can 3D print some for him. I will go to the website called Thingiverse, which I do recommend. It's very good, and see if I can find some models. If they're not in scale, I'll scale them down. So if they're HO scale, you basically bring them down to about 55% of their size, give and take, and let's see what we can do. Once you've found your file, you can use a 3D slicing software. Some came with the actual printer, which was called Chitubox, or you can download some other slicing software. I also recommend Lychee. Slicing it will tell the printer how to handle it, and will eventually turn it into a .goo file. So you'll need to do things like orientate it, add supports, and this is where, if you're converting from HO, you can change the ratio, as I say, between 54 and 55%. Once that's done, the software will turn it into a GOO file, and you bring it on your USB stick to the printer. So we have a 3D printer set up in the garage. The printer itself, this is an Elegoo Mars 5 Ultra resin printer. The wash station and the curing station, and off it goes. Printer shows you its progress, and this model even shows you a tiny little pictographic version of what you're printing. So we'll leave it to do its magic. We'll come back and we'll see what happens. Okay, as you can see, I printed some little military parts. Probably not exactly politically correct right now, but the point is, it's your model and you can do what you want with it. Now we're going to use the primer, Tamiya primer, which is very good. Spray them, let them dry. The whole goal was to enhance my son's military train that you might have seen in some other videos. He's been waiting for a correct size tank for ages, and in fact even this one is ever so slightly the wrong size. The whole point of 3D printing is that you can scale it up or scale it down as you wish. I don't know if anyone is fans of the Fallout franchise from Bethesda, but you might recognise what these guys are. I repainted these using what I should have done in the first place, using masking tape to give much cleaner lines. You can buy the very expensive, very small, or thin I should say, masking tape from the hobby shop, or actually you can just use the normal stuff, this stuff here, and cut it with a knife and get the same result. And there you go. 3D printing, I would thoroughly recommend it. I have the resin 3D printer. It is very messy, I'm not going to say it isn't, and as I said, I recommend the Lychee software over what the printer was supplied with. It is incredibly easy to use. Thanks for watching.